So, welcome to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So, today's theme is: are you styling it or dreading it? And what is that it? Are you styling it or are you dreading it? Which could be your body, which could be your life, which could be your business. So, good morning, everybody. I'm so grateful you are here on this beautiful Monday morning. So, do you have question? What's up? How have you been? How has your world been? The world of creation of your life, your body, your paintings, your books, your everything.
Just sort of a buzz of creation, and one thing that I'm creating right now, I was going to say working on, that's not what I want to say. Creating is a home environment that is more magical and sort of lends to creation, and so that's been fun.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yes, the home. Yes. What joy is possible with our sort of like the space we live in. What if it is not just like a thing or like walls with nails to hang something, but what if it is truly a creation? And what can we create with our houses that will be fun? And what if they are actually not just dead things, but they have a life force of their own? And then what fun is possible, what joy is possible, and what will this, wow, the screen is jumping back and forth. This is so interesting. Here on Zoom, what I see, it was just like jumping and now it's flickering. So it's interesting. What is the home saying? It's like, yay, yay, create with me. Wow, yeah. So, and yeah, what is this creating for everything in your life? Even asking questions. Do you use questions then with your home?
I'm going with the feeling, but I do have. I'm always working on doing the questioning thing, so I have to remember to do that. Yes, that's great.
Yeah, it's you know, I do this with the house as well. Is what do you require? What is it? What can I add to you? Or I talk to the house, and really, how can you really make it? I wonder, how can we really make it our space? And does this then always require earth-shattering investments? I just say this in a playful way. You know what I want to say. Or could it be the little things, right? The just these finds and these objects, and maybe also your creations, whatever it is you created so far. And what if you hang them? What if you show them? What if you, if it is a book, what if you place it there, or it's a drawing, or favorite things that you found along the way? And
yes, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not, I'm not going out shopping or anything. I'm just sort of like showcasing right, what's magical and playful, and sort of what you're talking about. So it's been fun.
Wow, yeah, that is so cool. Showcasing, right? How do you display them? How can you brush them up? What is there already? And this is like for everything in life, right? What is in your life already that you have never honored, that you have never acknowledged, that you have never seen, that you walk past? and
Mm-hmm.
you don't see it anymore. You don't, it's sort of, you ignore it. Like how many cool things do you guys all have in your attics, in your basements, tucked away in boxes, in your closets? What is there that would love to come out into the light and be seen and shine and contribute to you, contribute to your business, contribute to your life?
Hmm. That's exactly what's happening. It's so fun. I'm just reveling in it. Yes. That's wonderful. I hadn't thought about it that way, that I'm bringing out these things. And yes, I found a box that I have 3 of your cards in that I had purchased. And so I've got to display those, frame them or whatever.
Yeah, and what beautiful frames can you find? And I sometimes go to these resale stores, right?
Yes.
And so it was about, I want to say 9 months ago or so, or 10 months ago, I found this huge frame, a heavy gold frame. And of course, there was a piece of art in there. And now it was not really that I was going for the art, but I thought, wow, this frame is amazing. And I looked at it, turned it, looked at the back, and it was really not damaged. And I thought, wow. So for $25, I bought this. I think it's like 20 or even more, 25 inches tall. So it's really a big frame. And so I had it sit, and so I was not hanging it because of the artwork. I wanted to put something in that, when I have a show. And so that frame had been there, and now I'm getting ready for my art show in Milwaukee, and looking at reframing. I found somebody who helps me a lot with the framing and reframing. So I took that piece there and had her frame one of my original watercolor paintings. And when I picked it up, this is such a beautiful story, like how the universe is working. So I pick up this piece, and my painting looks beautiful. It's shining. It's just like boom, like such a contribution. Then also, of course, there was this matted piece of art, like a print that now didn't have a home, that didn't have a frame, right? And so I was sort of like getting ready to put it into some carry like portfolio to take it with me and figure out what to do with it. And she said to me, it's the depiction of I want to say it's a Rococo painting. I don't know the artist. I'm not familiar, but it's like a Rococo or Renaissance painting that this print is showing. All right. And it's this girl with a spaniel dog, right? And so, yes. And so she was like, Bettina, this dog looks exactly like this amazingly beautiful dog that I once had. I loved this dog so much. And I asked her, do you like this print? She said, wow, I love it so much. And the dog looks exactly like my dog. And I'm like, do you want to have this print? She said, I would love to. Now, I offered it to her, right? So like and she's going to use the mat, and she is going to put a beautiful frame on it. And it's as if the dog came back to her from the spirit world, right? And it's like playful. It's beautiful. I mean, the painting is beautiful. It's and then I was like, wow, the workings of the universe. Like, when we ask questions, we're like, I wonder what I can find. When we follow the energy, I don't always go to the store. But there was something, and I stopped there and went in, and I found the frame. Now I use the frame. It's such a contribution to my painting. And the print is such a contribution to this really kind lady that is helping me so much with framing. And now she is happy. And the dog is happy. And see what it creates. And it was $25. So, but when we ask questions, for me, this is a miracle. And we will not know when it shows up. We will not know what exactly will show up. We will not know where, like as an example, I did not know where the frame was going to go exactly. I had no idea where the artwork would go. And I just knew that it had a great energy to purchase it. And look what it created. And yes, that, right, Renee, when we, I wonder when we always function from that space where we don't have an answer. We don't really know, like we cannot figure it out. It just is so light and so joyful. And what the question is, what is in your life already that you have never acknowledged?
Mm.
That you don't play with, you don't create with because you don't see it. But it's there. Like,
Right.
so, and everywhere you have not acknowledged what is in your life already, which pretty much is also everywhere you have not acknowledged you, who is in your life already. And you look outside for something that is always greater, because everything that is outside of you is always greater than you. Will you please let all of that go?
Hell yes.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. So what if you start going through your, really with this question, going through your life, going through your closet, going through your house, apartment, going through all your spaces that you have created. Maybe some of you even have a storage unit or something, which is where we really forget things. In the attic or the basement, we really forget what is there. And, you know, another beautiful tool to use is to really take these objects that are in your home and look at them and take them in your hand and really ask them, hey, do you really still want to be in my life? Or would you like to move on? See somebody let go of that gold frame and put it into the, what is it, the humanity, like restore, how do you call these stores for human, it says for humanity, it's this chain, these resale, you can even find sinks and from, you know, bits and pieces out of old homes or leftover windows.
Yes.
Restore for humanity, I think this is what you call that. Anyway, somebody let it go, somebody brought it there, right? So they went through whatever they had, and you know, the framed print didn't want to be there anymore. So guess what? Everything has consciousness. Everything has consciousness. The objects have a sort of a consciousness of their own. So what is there? You know, you could ask, what is in my home that would love to be taken out and shine and contribute to me by being out and not like in some box somewhere? And what is ready to find another home? Things like that. And when we go through everything like this, the space and the joy that it creates.
Yes, it's such a magical way of looking at it. Oh, this is going to be even more fun. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun.
Yeah, and see, when I unmounted, so to say, my house in Luxembourg, and I gave away everything, I sold everything, there were pieces of jewelry that did not want to go. They wanted to stay with me. And the way it showed up is I am one of those. I sometimes tug things in my coat pockets or, whatever pockets. And so I was selling some of my, designer clothing with fur and everything. So people really loved them and they appreciated them. So they put them on and then, put their hands in the coat pocket. And it's like, oh, Bettina, there's a ring. And I'm like, oh, there's my ring. And they said, well, here, So they could have said nothing and the jewelry could have said nothing. Like, what if everything has like consciousness of their own? It's like, knock, knock, knock. The ring is saying, I don't want to go with you. I want to stay with Bettina. But sometimes pieces will walk away, right? But these did not walk away. And this occurred 3 times with 3 different pieces of garment and 3 different pieces of jewelry that were in there. And then how much fun can we have when we ask for these pieces to show up and we go to a thrift store and then we purchase a garment and find jewelry in there? How fun is that? Now the magic starts in the moment we ask questions. What treasures are here? What treasures are in my house that I was never aware of? And the treasure, like, what is that even, And what treasures are in antique stores? Like, and what if that is an object? Of course, it could be an object like a blue Mauritius stamp that is worth like millions of dollars. Could be something like that. It could also be something that will be such an amazing contribution to you just by the energy of it. Like these, have you ever been to a store and you held in your hands an object and your body started just like sparkling with joy? Have you had that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so this is where our body chimes in, so to say. And like, yes, our body as our companion in creation. What if we listen to that? I was in Chicago this past weekend. We got back last night. Now I went to a street market because a friend of mine had told me about it, that it would be maybe something for my art and my designer wearables to be there. And I was like, well, let's check it out. Let's go see. And so we went there, and a beautiful outdoor market on a parking lot. And I went into this one booth. I'm like, in these markets, Joelle tries me to be organized and like follow the line and like follow a plan. And I just cannot do that. I'm like going here and there. And then my friends lost me, right? Because I was fluttering off and I went like somewhere totally like, I just went with my, how can I say, following the energy, right? So I went into this one booth and the woman had oyster shells, like empty oyster shells, and she painted just the rim of the shell with she applied gold, it's gold plated, so gold plated rims. So these oyster shells looked so beautiful. I was like, wow, like wow, what is this? What did you create these? Are these made from cement or something? She said, no, these are real oyster shells, and I applied this borderline of gold plate, so they are gold plated. And I was just, my body was so joyful. And my friend walked in and she said, what's that? And she said, these are only oysters. And I'm like, yeah, they are oyster shells and they are gold plated. Well, that's like, you like them? And I'm like, wow, they look so beautiful. And so to my body, they were just so beautiful. And I purchased 2 and I was like dancing out of the booth. And somebody else, they are not. And what if that is okay? What if you never allow? I could sense how her point of view started creeping in, and I was looking at them. Oh, are they really so beautiful? And the sparkle I saw with them, it started to evaporate, right? The magic that I saw started to go away because I allowed her point of view to creep into my reality. And then I was like, no, 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 no. What is my reality here? And I went again into like expanding my space, being me. And there the sparkle was again, and the joy about these beautiful shells. Like, somebody could say, oh yeah, a restaurant is just always throwing these away and she just gets them. And it's like, yes, and and she is creating something with them that in my reality is so joyful. And what if we don't care about somebody else's point of view, but so how many of you have allowed somebody else's point of view to take away the joy and the sparkle out of your reality? It's like, oh yeah, she's right, they are just oyster shells, they are like being thrown away everywhere, which is to me a total waste. Like, wow, from an artist's point of view, why would you throw away? Like, okay, good, they are being thrown away, and so they are not worth anything, and so why would you buy some? And it's like, because I can, just because I can, because it is this, they look so pretty to me with the gold plated rim. And I saw the decorated table for dinner, and which is arranged beautifully with flowers in a vase, and the table settings, and then I saw these oyster shells with the gold plate and little flowers on them, or maybe seeds, or like something sparkling. What is that creating? And what if that does not have to be hugely expensive? I have marbles that I dragged with me from Europe, sparkling marbles. They are beautiful, right? And
yeah.
decorating those. Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. I know. I'm finding jars of rocks I've collected and all kinds of things that they've just been hidden. It's so fun. I love your story about the oyster shells. Oh,
yeah, right? And
yes.
and what can we create? Even with the rocks, can you paint faces on them? Can you just simple, easy? Like now you don't have to like set up a huge like 30 by 30 feet studio and all complicated. No, like take a brush and some paint and like do the rocks like to be painted? Yes or no? So this is like when we function from like, what can I create here? what would be joy? What can I contribute to my home with everything that is there already? What if it is Renee? What if it is you seeing what is there, taking it out and asking it a question, and then placing them somewhere? What if that is where you are creating magic?
Hmm. Yes. I know I'm finding I'm putting things in different places that I never would have thought to, that don't seem to conform to the norm, just
Makes me
impressive.
laugh. When you say the norm, makes me giggle. It's like, what is the norm?
Right. Yes.
Who is the norm? The norm
Right.
doesn't fit the norm. The
Yes.
norm.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yes, and what is the norm? Yesterday we were talking with a friend in Chicago, and she said that a lot of people in Chicago, and also not only in Chicago, in the contemporary world, are basically decorating their home in black and white and gray. It's like this stereotype way of norm. This is how we do house. It's not, do you see when I say that? I do this intentionally. It's like, it's a doing of something. It's the norm. This is how we do house decorating. And it's all like a schematic, right? So all the
Right.
schematics you have been using to follow any norm, are you willing to let those go?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Woo, out the door.
There it goes. Right.
Yes,
Happily and joyfully fluttering somewhere else. And now what can
right.
you create? What if your home is your space? It is the space where you reside with your body. And what if it is your reality? And, do you get the energy that this conversation is creating?
Oh, yes.
What I would love to encourage you all is to look at what is in your life already, what is in your home already that you have never acknowledged, and what is the energy you are seeking to create, and what can you create with your home and in your home, and what would love to contribute to it. And it might be there already. It might be a pretty magenta colored flower vase that is waiting for you in some garage sale or in a flea market or somewhere else. And maybe it sits in your attic.
Mm.
And so questions to ask would be, what is in my life already that I have never acknowledged? And yeah, and everything that doesn't allow you to acknowledge it, to see it, to receive it, will you please let that go?
Yes.
Thank you. Wow. Cool. Do you style it or do you dread it? That's so cool that we are talking about homes and home spaces. I love it. How many
Yes,
of you are never looking at your home? Like you just, like, for those of you who watch this in the future, where you make it just the space, the place actually where you go at night and you sleep, and then you go up in the morning and you go to you. What if your home, your apartment, even if you have like a studio or a small room, but what would it love to contribute to you?
yes, and I know what you're saying about the dreading part because I've just dreaded, I've just, all the stuff and what do I do with it, and it's just in my way or whatever, and it's not doesn't create joy, and so I've been dreading it, but I have been having so much fun uncovering the treasures. Oh,
How fun! Yeah.
yes,
And going through everything and asking it, do you still want to be in my life or do you want to move on? And then
right.
if you want to move on, where do you want me to take you so that you can find your new owners? And if they don't want to move on, it's like, okay, cool. So where would you like to be in my living space? Where would you love to be? And you might find that objects, you said that already, that you are moving them around and you are finding new places for them, and they might be in a different room, or they might be decorating and shining in the bathroom. Yes. So what if your home is not just this dreadful place that you need to clean, and
Right.
that is the endeavor that you dread? So what if your home is actually the space where you reside with your body, with whoever is living there with you, where you reside? And really, what if it is a queendom or a kingdom? If
Mm-hmm.
that was it, so how would you treat it then? See, if it is
Oh,
a living, breathing entity and you dread it, it's like, what's the house saying? What's the apartment saying if you dread it? It's like, if it was your friend, would it still be your friend?
no. It would want to kick me out.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
the way. Yes. Right.
Yeah, and
Oh.
what space can you create? And it was really one of the most amazing things when I literally took apart my house in Europe, and I gave away things and I sold things, and the space that created. What if it is creating space for new things to come to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other questions?
No, no, I don't. I guess, well, maybe what I'm thinking of, I'm feeling like, okay, now I can be a bigger, like a contribution because of the contribution I'm receiving here. I don't know. Can you say anything about that? I feel like, okay, I've opened up this space, and now where can I be a contribution? Is that kind of the questions I could be asking, or?
Yes, so what contribution are you already that you have never acknowledged?
Okay.
That could be a question.
Hey, as this process goes on, okay.
Yeah, what contribution are you? Like, that is, for most of us, that is the thing that we are most unwilling to be, like acknowledging ourselves, acknowledging the gift that we are to the world, acknowledging the gift we are to our space, acknowledging we don't look that way, we don't grow up learning that. So first step would be to acknowledge the gift and the contribution that you are already. And then the next thing is, wow, House, what can I contribute to you? What can I contribute to my body? What can I contribute to my life? What can I add to my life? What can I add to my home? And you might also find, when you ask every object these questions, like, do you still desire to be in my life, or would you like to move on? That also creates an amazing space for you, for your body, for your house, for your home. Functioning from question is amazing. What else can I say? Asking these questions, yes. And when you ask, what contribution am I being already that I have never acknowledged? And just allow that right now. What contribution are you already that you have never acknowledged? Do you notice that energy? What is your body showing you? I just heard you sigh. Is your body relaxing?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm relaxing into that. It's a beautiful space. It's beautiful.
And that,
Yes.
yes, just that.
Mm.
And then ask, wow, what else is possible here?
Mm.
What else can I acknowledge about me? What else can I acknowledge about my home? What else can I acknowledge about whatever it is? And what can I contribute to my home today
Mm.
that will create the whatever, the ease and joy I'm looking for right away.
Oh,
And you can
wow.
fill the blanks. What can I contribute to my home today that will create the blank, and you fill it, that will create the ease and joy I desire right away.
Hmm. Hmm.
And everything that doesn't allow that, I destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. Now that for everybody else is the access consciousness clearing statement. And you can find more about it at accessconsciousness.com, of course, and then also at theclearingstatement.com. And it's like a magic wand that really takes out of your universe everything that you created that keeps you from being the infinite being, the infinite joy you truly are. Okay, so we have been all these questions like what else is possible, and all the other questions I ask here, this is all derived from access consciousness. What else is possible is an access consciousness tool, and it is really these amazing questions that we ask, real questions where we don't have a conclusion and we attach a question mark, but we really ask a question, like really what else is possible here. And that will always open your universe to the space and the joy of the infinite possibility. Like, what if the entire molecular structure of this universe would love to contribute to you? What if the molecular structure of your home desires to contribute to you? You have to ask, though. If you don't ask, and you ask questions all the time, I wonder, what contribution can I be to the earth today? What contribution can I be to my home today? What contribution can I be to my body today? And that is creating already in the moment you ask it and you let go of your conclusions and you let go of this entrained need of finding the answer and having the answer. What if you allow the answer to come to you? What if you allow the universe to show you something greater? What if you allow the universe to invite you to this joyful dance of living? Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bettina.
You are so very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everybody who is finding this video and watching it. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is somewhere in the corner of this video here. And yeah, join us for the Monday morning inspiration every Monday morning at 9 a.m., sometimes 9:05. we get together. and yeah, what contribution can the Monday morning inspiration be to you and to your life and to whatever it is that you desire to create in the world?